Ciao Fabri.
Ciao Fra, how are you? Welcome back on the channel. Ciao
Uh,
guys.
all
Ciao, ciao,
good, all
ciao.
good. Welcome back. So Fabri, we start today with, I think it was a big surprise, what happened last night, especially in Spain. Some big statements of Xavi, former Barcelona manager, about Leo Messi, what happened in the past year. So let's start talking about it.
Yeah, it's been a crazy 24 hours around it. Let's remind that obviously there are the elections for Barcelona president in the upcoming days, and obviously is a moment where every single Barcelona fan, every single Barcelona public figure, as Xavi is, as a legendary player and former manager as well, obviously is taking a position in this moment. And Xavi Hernandez, in an interview with La Vanguardia yesterday, said the reality on Leo Messi comeback to Barcelona in 2023 is that was President Laporta to stop that. It was approved by La Liga. It was approved by Leo Messi himself. It was not a financial topic. It was Laporta to stop that one. And obviously was a big statement in Spain. Now the denial arrived by Javier Tebas, the president of La Liga, saying we didn't approve anything. We didn't give any green light. So obviously it's a big topic now in Spain and in Barcelona about this Leo Messi story. What I can say is that apart from what they will keep saying in the upcoming hours and days, obviously, let's see the statements, let's see the positions. But what I can tell you on this Leo Messi story in terms of future, as there is always a reference from Barcelona fans for Leo Messi return maybe to Barcelona, is that at present, at this stage, it's not about who is going to win the elections. In any case, a return of Leo Messi is not even being discussed or considered at the stage. At this stage, then eventually in the future, to play a friendly game, to say goodbye to Barca fans, to say goodbye to the Camp Nou, all these kind of activities can be something separate, something different, and it's going to be obviously up to Barcelona, Leo Messi. But in terms of sporting decisions, I can guarantee that at this stage in 2026, there are no conversations ongoing about that. It's not even a topic, so it's a story from the past, from 2023. Now, again, Xavi talking about that, Laporta, all the people involved in that story, also Javier Tebas, La Liga president today, but in terms of near future, nothing planned for a comeback for Leo Messi.
Talking about Barcelona, talking about the present and the future, there are a lot of rumors right now about Harry Kane and how a possibility to see him wearing the Barcelona jersey, also in relation to the future of Robert Lewandowski. What do you say about this rumor?
Yeah, this is also a rumor that we have in this specific moment, again, the elections. And obviously, there are candidates who are bringing some names to the media and to the fans in order to try to make their project clear. But at this stage, what I can say is that Harry Kane is in conversations with Bayern over new contract. Bayern are working on that. All the most important people at Bayern are fully involved in this process. Don't forget that Harry Kane is under contract till 2027, and Bayern want to get a new contract done as soon as possible. Ideally, Bayern would love to get it done even before the World Cup to make sure everything is okay with Harry Kane before the start of the new season 26-27. So this is the mission. Bayern are working on that. Bayern are prepared to offer important money in terms of salary to Harry Kane in order to reach an agreement and keep the player at the club. So at this stage, apart from the appreciation, which is kind of obvious when there is a fantastic striker like Harry Kane from Barcelona, at this stage, in terms of negotiations, the only thing actually happening in March is a negotiation between Bayern, the president, the management, Harry Kane himself, together with his brother, who is taking care of his future, and all his camp. So this is the conversation ongoing over new contract. Let's see how this is going to go. For Harry Kane, it's not going to be only a financial discussion. It's also going to be a familiar discussion. So he needs to decide about his family, his future. Obviously, Harry Kane is considering all the factors into this conversation, but there is a conversation, there is a negotiation, and Bayern want to get it done as soon as possible.
There are many questions here in the chat on YouTube about the Premier League clubs, of course. Let's now talk about Arsenal because can we consider Nketiah the first signing of the summer for Arsenal or not yet?
Yes, Pierre Nketiah will be the first signing for Arsenal in summer 2026. It was always planned like this. If you remember, with David Raya and Brentford, Arsenal did something similar a few years ago. So signed a player on loan with a buy option clause, but was always going to be a permanent transfer in the following summer. And that's what's going to happen also with Pierre Nketiah. There is already everything signed between Nketiah and Arsenal in terms of contract, a 5-year deal. So it's already signed and completed. Pierre Nketiah already feels as an Arsenal player on a permanent transfer. Bayer Leverkusen will receive a total package of 52 million euros, and Bayer Leverkusen will also keep a 10% sell-on clause for Piero Hincapié. So this is the agreement. Everything will be formally announced at the very end of the season, because obviously in terms of financial fair play, this was a gentleman agreement between Bayer Leverkusen and Arsenal. But one of the crucial points in this negotiation, also for Arsenal to anticipate Tottenham in August 2025, when Arsenal decided to go for Piero Hincapié, was to guarantee a permanent transfer. Otherwise, Tottenham were prepared to pay and get the player immediately. Arsenal guaranteed the permanent transfer. Arsenal always trusted Piero Hincapié. He's doing very well. He can play as centre back, left back. Arteta is very happy. So there is no doubt, and they are going to continue together.
What about Livramento and Manchester City? Because there are also many questions about this topic.
Yeah, today I woke up with many messages on all platforms saying it's true that it's done between Manchester City and Tino Livramento. It's true that the deal is already advanced, it's almost done. In England, there have been some reports of Tino Livramento joining Manchester City. I have two different answers. Man City going to sign a new right back in the summer? Yes, I think this is going to happen. I see Manchester City adding a right back to the squad because they need a player in that position. They already wanted to make it happen 1 year ago, was not possible. But on Tino Livramento, what I'm told today is that there is nothing ongoing. Zero. No negotiations, no conversations. Tino Livramento was a top target 1 year ago. There was no agreement. And since that moment, we are talking about probably June, July 2025, my understanding is that since that moment, Manchester City didn't return to negotiate with Newcastle or with Tino Livramento agents. So at this stage, player appreciated, yes, already 1 year ago they wanted him. But now, in terms of negotiations, I'm not aware of anything advanced, but not even anything concrete. I think Manchester City are assessing several options. It's not Tino Livramento guaranteed right back for Man City. I think there is going to be plenty of options. They are going to decide who is the ideal candidate for that role. So I see City adding a right back, but I'm not sure that it's going to be Tino Livramento.
Last one for today, last topic is about Manchester United. Let's speak about an update on the left winger, which is going to be probably a target in the summer.
Yes, because we said, and also Michael Carrick confirmed in a press conference last week, that Man United are probably going to look for left wingers in the market. So not only midfielders, remember about midfielders is going to be an important summer for United, and not only other positions, also the left winger is going to be a topic. Well, one of the players that have always been in the last, I would say, 6 months on Manchester United radar is Yan Diomande, who is in the radar of several clubs, because also clubs in, for example, in Spain are interested. Also, Paris Saint-Germain are following the player. Tottenham wanted him a few months ago. So there is going to be a lot of movement around Yan Diomande. What I can say, it's not meaning that Man United are going to sign Yan Diomande, but it's showing that Manchester United maintain a concrete interest in the player. Man United people, scouts, were in attendance for the last game played by Red Bull Leipzig against Augsburg. I think Yan Diomande scored a goal. He's playing very well recently. It's not just about the goals, the assist you can feel. He's an electric winger, very good, 1v1, very fast. So he's a player that several clubs are following, not only Man United, but the presence of Man United, again, to follow the player against Augsburg is showing that they are keeping close eye on the player. Then, he's not the only option. They have several options on the shortlist for the new left winger. Remember, they wanted Semenyo in the January window before Ruben Amorim got sacked at the beginning of January. So they are assessing several players, but for sure on Yan Diomande there is going to be a lot of movement, a lot of top clubs, and Man United are keeping close eye to the situation. I think we said almost everything, Fra.
Pretty much everything,
I
yes.
wanted to pick up 2-3 questions just to reply to our friends here on YouTube. I see Pixel
Yes.
Power saying, what about Chelsea and Maignan? Maignan signed a new contract at AC Milan in January, so he's staying at AC Milan, and that was obviously a huge one for Milan, so he's not going anywhere in this summer transfer window. On Elliot Anderson, I will update you this week, don't worry, for sure. Then I see questions on Real Madrid defenders. Many friends asking about Real Madrid defenders. So I keep saying Alaba is leaving. Tony Rudiger at the moment is 50-50. He's not decided yet. Real Madrid are going to add something in defense, for sure. Could be one, could be two defenders. So at the moment, is still not advanced or clear anything with any defender. The situation with Ibrahima Konate is a situation that Real Madrid stopped a few months ago. I think it was November or something like that. They stopped the conversation. Now, if Ibrahima Konate can't agree a new contract at Liverpool, let's see what's going to happen. At the moment, again, it's still on standby, still nothing advanced. But for sure, Real Madrid will be busy with defenders, and we will be here to keep you updated. On Chelsea, still no updates. On Liverpool, soon we will talk about wingers and other topics. I think we said everything. I see questions also on Balde and Manchester United, but you can find in the last video, we already replied to that one. At the moment, I'm not aware of anything concrete.
Yes.
So I think that's it for today.
I think
you,
this is it. And yes, and let's speak soon here in the channel, as always. Get ready because it's going to be an exciting run to the World Cup and then